Today's second tip of the day is all about appearance. I mean, who doesn't care about their appearance? I mean, take a look. I obviously care about my appearance of my desktop, that is. So today we're going to talk about appearance of your desktop. So before I showed you how to use stacks and I showed you how to move stuff around, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I want to make this desktop look better. So let's get started. If you go to System Settings, again, I've got mine down in my dock, but if you don't, you can go to Apple, System Settings, and you scroll down to the Appearance section and click on it. You're going to be presented with a couple options. The first one is what mode you want to be in. Now, as you can see on my screen with the darker bar here and the dark window with the white, I'm set up in dark mode. Some of you who don't know better like light mode, right? And I'm not judging you, even though you're wrong and you should never use light mode because dark mode is far superior. You can use light mode if you want to be wrong. That's fine, right? Then you have an auto, which has to deal with the timing, how much light is in the room. It will change automatically between light mode and dark mode. All right, that's fine. That's all well and good. You guys can use that as you need to. But what I want to talk about is a few of these extra options here. For instance, accent color. You notice if I go over to System Settings and I scroll down, I have this blue bar, or you can see it right here. Here's the blue bar. That's because I'm set on multicolor. It's actually picking the color, where it says accent color here. It's picking that color based on the background that I have selected, my wallpaper. I can choose blue, or I can choose purple. And notice my bars, my buttons, everything becomes purple, right? I can go in and choose pink and so forth until I find a color I want. Here's graphite. So that's a quick way to make your highlights and stuff look a little different. Now you notice this accent color is pretty much the exact same. The other thing I have here is the sidebar icon size. So that would be any sidebar that you have that pops up, like these over here. I can change these icon sizes to large if I want, small if they're too big, if I want to see more on the screen, or I can leave them as they are. Okay, so those are a couple options here to change that appearance. I also have this scroll button, right? Now, if I go over to the left, you can see it's falling off the screen, and I use two fingers to scroll up and down. You see that scroll bar appears, but I can change that. So I can say automatically, or I can say always. Now my scroll bar is always there. Okay, and that's every window. That's throughout the system. So if you have a problem and you're like, man, I used to love having the scroll bar on the side, and now I don't, well, you can actually turn that back on in the appearance section. So I'm going to change mine back to automatically just because I'm so used to it now, right? So that's our first set of color changes we can do. Now, the other thing we can do is over on the left here, you see wallpaper. If you go into wallpaper, you'll see that there's a bunch of wallpapers that Apple has supplied for you. Okay? You can actually go into add photo and you can pick a photo from your library, your photos, and you can change that as your wallpaper. That's all well and good. If I want to use one of these, like here's the dolphin pod, I can actually just click on it. Okay? And then this is going to download. You might be wondering why this didn't change. If you look up here, you'll see this little bar. It's actually downloading my wallpaper, and then once it's finished downloading, it's going to change my wallpaper to this California dolphin pod, right? So we're almost done. There. Now I've got this. Now this is a motion one, so if I was to click play here, you would actually see it move. So this is actually going to move when I'm not actively using my computer. So it's kind of doubles as a screensaver and as a desktop, which you can actually do show a screensaver here if you want. Okay, that's all well and good. You can pick one of these. That's fine. I'm going to take it back to the default Sequoia. But I want to show you another trick, right? So it's almost Christmas. I like getting into the Christmas spirit. I want to make my desktop wallpaper Christmas. You may know that you can actually download a picture, and like I said, you can add a photo by clicking the add photo option that was under wallpaper. So we'll just go wallpaper, click this add photo, and then you can choose your photo from your computer or from your photos library. right? But did you know you can add a photo from anywhere? Like literally anywhere. I'm just going to go to images.google.com. And I'm just going to say Christmas desktop wallpaper. Great, now I've got all these images. Now if I want to be really, really accurate with what I'm doing, I can click on this tools option here, and right where it says size, I can say large. That way I'm not getting little tiny pictures. Now I can look at any of these pictures, and let's say I want one of these pictures, okay? Now, I'm going to say this as what not to do, okay? So you heard me say, don't do this, right? Doesn't matter what the picture is. So some of these like are licensable photos that you have to pay for. Doesn't really matter, right? I want this photo here. Actually, maybe this one would be good. I can literally go to any photo, right click, so I tap with 2 fingers. I'm just going to say use image as desktop wallpaper. Now it's going to stretch or fill it, but boom, there's my desktop wallpaper. Right? And I can do that with any photo, anywhere. This one here is licensable, so it means I have to go pay for it, right, if I want to use it. Well, I can just right click on the image and say use image as desktop wallpaper, and boom, I didn't pay for it. But you notice I do have this like free pics. If you look really close, you can kind of see it. That's what I get for not paying for it. You obviously should not ever do that. It shouldn't happen. But just saying, you can do that. You shouldn't do that, but you can do that. So I'm going to right click on this one. I'm going to say use image as desktop wallpaper again. Great. So I'm going to just quit Safari. Now I have desktop wallpaper. Well, I can go in and I can change this. So right here I got this blue. Doesn't really scream Christmas to me. So I'm going to go up here to System Settings. And I'm going to go back to Appearance. Then I'm going to choose something else, like say for instance this red, right? That looks a little bit better to me. So I'm going to go into red, and now I'm getting closer to Christmas. Maybe I'll change that to green. Okay. But I can go in here and I can adjust the colors of everything. So now when I highlight things, they're green, right? So you can actually customize your desktop the way you want it. You can grab a picture from any location using that right click trick, or you can change the highlight colors and the button colors if you want to make your desktop look a little bit more festive for any holiday or just for fun. All right, hope you enjoyed that one. Have a good day.